Hello my friends and welcome to Love Potion Earrings with me, Emma Jo. So I'm using shrink plastic, white side up, not shiny side, and I'm using sticker stencil 6 because they're small. There we go. I've stuck it down onto the white side of the shrink plastic, and I'm doing 2 on account of the fact I want 2 earrings. And I'm drawing around, I'm using the outside edge of it and drawing around the centre. Hope that makes sense. And cutting it out, but not completely. There we go. So Pan Pastel Titanium White in the centre. Then Pan Pastel Turquoise, or as my cousin says, turquoise. And just, this is literally to give a nice little base. And then a touch of Pan Pastel Hansa Yellow. Now you'll notice where I did that yellow on the left hand of the white blob, I then did it on the right on the other side. You'll see some things like that happening because I want it to reflect each other. There we go. So I've got my Mondelez watercolour pencils and I've gone for that lovely dark greeny teal to go around the outside of the bottle. Gives us a lovely edge. And then I'm colouring it in. Not completely, don't panic. I'm just colouring the edge and taking it in a little bit so that we get a bit of a shape, a rounded shape. There we go. Give it a bit of a circular shape here. Lovely. And then I'm doing a line up the other side. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other one, but reverse it. Now you can see that I've turned my pencil on its side. That's to make sure that I get a nicer shade. Okay, so I've now gone. Now we're doing another rounded shape of the bottle. And I'm taking some of the colour away with an eraser. Okay, now this is Archival Ink Seafarer using the stamp Pink Orbs. Now these are going to be bubbles. At the very least, even if they're not bubbles, they will certainly add colour. I like the idea of there being a pattern within this bottle. Now you can see this is quite a cunning thing that I have recently worked out. That having the top corner of a piece of paper cut out and having that as my guide to stamp is fabulous. And it means that I can stamp where I want it to go without any fear of it going where I don't want it to go. So I'm adding extra bubbles using that tealy pencil. And all they are is circles, nothing special. So I'm filling any gaps that I've got with that teal pencil. Okay, Posca pen, aqua green, and just pick some of the bubbles that you want to be in aqua green. I've gone in with aqua green on the top of the bottle and at the bottom. There we've got some yellow, so I'm now going into the bubbles with yellow. And if you look to the right, you can see the colours that I'm going to be using. Coral pink, white, apple green, and yellow, and some aqua green. Did I say aqua green? No, I said apple green. There you go. So that's the palette for this. And slowly you will see that I use different colours to colour in the bubbles, trying not to get two the same colour next to each other, and blotting the excess colour as I go. There we go, blotting again. The only rule I have in my head is don't put two bubbles the same colour next to each other. Because if we do that, they then sort of disappear and you don't see them when they shrink. So there's me going in with the white. And the white has a tendency, when you shrink it, to go quite chalky, so that is really one important colour that you want to blot. And you can see it almost looks like I'm smudging it away. I promise you I'm not. There we go. Right, the corks. Oh, fabulous. So I'm using Archival Ink Jet Black. And to do the cork, what I've done is inked it up and then swiped my thumb over the bottom bit that's going in the bottle. And that gives this sort of far away look. And what I've done now is grabbed some a white Posca pen and just done a bit of a highlight in the centre. This is any Posca pen, draw around the end at the top, and that'll give you a way of hanging your earrings. So now I'm adding Posca pen Sparkling Pink to these bubbles. And it will make all the difference. Okay, this is the red, sparkling red. And Gansai Tambi Starry Gold. I'm using that with a Frisk masking brush and just adding a little bit of bling. And this is Posca pen Aqua Green again. Obviously deciding I need to do some extra little bits of Posca pen with this colour because you can never have too much aqua green. There we go. I'm blotting it all away again. Surely it's shrinking time. Oh no, it's not. We've got to cut it out first, haven't we? Okay. There we go, we're going to cut it out. Hurrah! So remember, when you're cutting things out with shrink plastic, do a basic shape and then go back in for fussy cutting. And by fussy, I don't mean fussy, I mean to get round edges without using the rest of the shrink plastic. The weight of it will guide your scissors, and that's what causes tears. So if you just do a general shape and then go back in to do the shape properly, you should be safe. If you think it needs darkening, use a normal pencil. And this is a grey Mondeluz watercolour pencil that I'm colouring the top in, and then just adding a little bit of water with my brush. So heating it with my Ranger heat tool because it's shrinking time. And there it goes. Using my tool from the Shrink Plastic Accessories kit. Now, you do have to sort of have faith that it's going to work its way flat. There we go. Look at that. And if it doesn't, flip it over so you can see the shiny side. There you go. And heat it, and it will do its last bit of shrinking. Tamp it down with something. I used to use an old sketchbook. And when it is cool, it will move. But I'm going in with a little bit of sparkling yellow Posca because I've decided I want to add some colour. There we go. Done. So that's 2 shrunk earrings. Now, this is where we do something a little different. Spellcasting Remedies small stamp set. VersaFine Clair Nocturne, stamp it onto Multifarious. I've decided I'm going with the round label. Add just a touch of the Gansai Tambi Starry so that it's not crystal bright white, that it's got a little touch of cream about it, if you like. Let that dry and then add, using your Zig two-way glue pen, and I think we've gone with the squeeze and roll, because it gives a more defined line. Heat that up with your Ranger heat tool and then apply your Wow Fab Foils Gold. So with the glue, once you've heated it up, you let it go tacky so that it's like the back of a postage stamp, and apply your foil. Now you can see I've got sentiment stickers 7 there, and I'm looking for the heart stickers. So there's one heart and one group of hearts, and they both, as if by magic, fit in the labels. How fabulous is that? 1 dot of Glossy Accents and stick your label into position, and then use Glossy Accents to go over the top of your label and your bottle. And then you leave it to dry. Make sure your Glossy Accents covers your label completely. It might lift, but just keep going back at it with Glossy Accents and it'll be fine once dry. Okay? So once it's dry, you pop them on hoops and ta-da! Love potion earrings. You did it. Well done. Fabulous.